Those who walk the way of the greatest creator will have a smooth and wonderful life. Xiefeng. February 13, 2011. Translation edited by Chinyu. There is a kind of life that is worry-free, full of love, healthy, and smooth sailing. There is a kind of life that is constantly troubled, full of pain, lacking love, and full of obstacles. There is a kind of life that is sometimes bright, sometimes dark, fluctuating, half happy and half worried, and often encountering ups and downs. Why is this? Is it a destiny set by heaven? Is it a problem of the times? Is it a social problem? Is it a problem with friends and relatives? Is it a problem with nature? Or is there another reason? My understanding is that the quality of life depends on the path we choose to walk. Even when it comes to acquiring life resources, some people rely entirely on their own hard work to acquire them, some acquire them through parasitic means without labor, some acquire them through extortion and exploitation, some acquire them through corruption and theft, and some acquire them through deception and fame-stealing. Different ways of acquiring lead to different life experiences, different realms of feeling and experience, different outcomes, and therefore different lives. There are countless paths in life, but which one is the best? My view is that the best path in life is the way of the greatest creator. To make life smooth and beautiful, walk the way of the greatest creator. Or to put it another way, walking the way of the greatest creator is the most reliable guarantee for a smooth and beautiful life, and no other way can bring as much happiness. Is this really the case? We can observe, experience, practice, and verify. My conclusion is that if a person's life is smooth, beautiful, and trouble-free, it can be affirmed that he has always been walking the way of the greatest creator. If his life is half happy and half worried, with great ups and downs, it proves that he sometimes walks the way of the greatest creator and sometimes walks other ways. If a person's life is constantly troubled and full of obstacles, it can be affirmed that he has always been deviating from the way of the greatest creator and has never walked on it. Is there any theory to prove my above conclusion? I try to prove it with several connotations of the way of the greatest creator. You can see if it makes sense. One important connotation of the way of the greatest creator is to comply with nature, absolutely no coercion. If a person takes things as they are, follows predestined relations, acts in accordance with nature, and takes advantage of opportunities as they arise, does not force, does not coerce himself or others, lets what comes come, and lets what goes go, does not overpursue, does not give up effort, eats peaches when he encounters peaches, eats apricots when he encounters apricots, does not have high ambitions, does not feel inferior, is not arrogant and indulgent, and is not habitually lazy, then his life will basically be smooth sailing, without great ups and downs, and without disappointment and heartbreak. Another connotation of the way of the greatest creator is non-action, non-contention, selflessness. A person who can stay in a 5-star hotel without arrogance, and can live in a thatched house with peace of mind without self-destruction, who is grateful for eating gourmet food, and is not tired of eating plain food, who does not contend or compete with others, does not reject what should come, does not cling to what should go, does not deliberately seek, plan, or take, likes what others do not like, enjoys what others do not enjoy, is not greedy, only takes a sip from thousands of rivers, does not excessively possess or own, does not excessively seek fame and fortune, is content with poverty and enjoys the Tao, often puts the interests of others and the public first and puts his own interests second, then he will not encounter obstacles and adversity. The third connotation of the way of the greatest creator is love. A person who only gives and does not ask for, only thinks about bringing happiness, joy, freedom, and bliss to others, does not set barriers and shackles for others, does not suppress and control others, does not snatch what others like, does not restrict others' freedom, does not bully, oppress, deceive others, does not argue with others, does not abuse and slaughter life, cherishes all life, respects all life, does not block others' way, and is willing to sacrifice himself to help others accomplish their goals, then he will not make enemies, will not be hated, and life will certainly be smooth and unimpeded. The fourth connotation of the way of the greatest creator is faith. Jesus Christ is the Son of the greatest creator, the messenger of the greatest creator. He conveys to us the information and will of the greatest creator. Jesus teaches us to seek the kingdom of the greatest Creator, walk the way of the greatest Creator, and all we need will be provided by the greatest Creator. We do not need to worry about tomorrow, about the future, about our own food, clothing, housing, transportation, birth, aging, illness, and death. All these are arranged by the greatest Creator. As long as we have this faith, the road of life will be smooth, safe, and unimpeded. The way of the greatest Creator has 8 major connotations. Just the above 4 major connotations, faith, love, selflessness, non-contention, non-action, compliance with nature, and absolutely no coercion, are enough to ensure that our life is smooth and beautiful. If our life lacks faith and love, if we intervene, contend, and are selfish, if we do not comply with nature but force things, then life is bound to be troubled, painful, full of worries and fears, and full of obstacles. What do you readers think? Does what I say make sense? If it makes sense, adjust your thinking and consciousness immediately and firmly walk the way of the greatest Creator.